Hello, I'm newsreader Carl, and it's March Madness. Yes, it's March Madness. Let's go over to the man cave and see what madness those wacky guys, Arran and Carl, have been up to.
Hello.
Thank you, newsreader Carl.
Yes.
We are here live and direct in the man cave.
Yes.
That's Arran.
He's Carl.
And we're going to tell you what made us happy in March 2025. Now, our first thing, I think we've got the same thing. We got a kind of joint thing for number 5. And what is it?
So I came to watch you wrestle. Carlos Chaotico wrestle.
Yep, at the Premier Promotions in the Stanley Decent Leisure Centre. There it goes. Carlos Chaotico versus Anthony Storm.
Yes, and I must say, actually, the facilities at the Stanley Leisure Centre was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there's lots of space there, isn't there?
Yeah.
So it's quite a big hall, and they
Yeah.
had a loo that you could use,
Yeah.
which is very handy.
Yes.
And they made you feel very welcome.
Yeah.
You could get in easily and stuff like
Definitely, yeah.
that. That's good.
So yeah, it was great seeing you again. And not just you, actually, I enjoyed the whole event. The whole event was absolutely great. I really enjoyed it.
For me, it was a very special moment to wrestle at Premier Promotions.
Yes.
I've wrestled once for them, and that was against Rishi, my trainer, in a small venue. But this is the first time I'd wrestled in Brighton, so I had lots of my friends come and see me wrestling who'd not seen me wrestle before, and a lot of them hadn't even been to a wrestling show.
Really?
And I've been going to Premier Promotions since 1999. So it kind of blows me away that I had the main event of the night.
Yeah.
Against Anthony Storm.
Yeah, that must have been a real honour doing that.
It was a real honour. I did win as well.
I know.
But only because Anthony Storm lost his temper and ended up getting disqualified.
Yes.
Which means October the 11th, the Stanley Decent Centre, Brighton, James Kenner, Carlos Chaotico, 2 of the referees for Premier Promotions, will be against the Storm Boys.
Nice.
Right. This time, Anthony Storm, don't lose your temper, wrestle with dignity, and we'll see what happens.
Yes. Hopefully I'll get to that one.
Yes, let's see what happens. I'll take you.
So my number 2 was, I went to see the Darkness, which is my favourite band. I went to see them at Wembley Arena, which is crazy because 21 years ago, when the Darkness first started, I saw them at Wembley Arena, so that was kind of a special moment for me. But the best thing about it was I was in the exact same place I was.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. In the same spot, were you?
Yeah, exactly the
Cool.
same spot as where I was in 2004.
Oh, cool.
But I was also a VIP there, which was great. I've done VIP for years at the Darkness concerts. I did have a professional photo taken with them, but I haven't got that yet. But Ali did take one on her phone for me. And I got a goodie bag while I was there, so...
Okay. So it's got the Darkness on the front. The Darkness card wallet.
Yes.
And 3 Darkness pin badges for the Beans on Toast album.
Dreams on Toast.
Oh, Dreams on Toast, not Beans on Toast. What am I talking about? That'd be ridiculous. And is it lip balm? No, it's some Darkness plectrums.
Yes. But
And then what else? Didn't you buy something as well?
yes, I also brought, where is it? Sorry guys. This Darkness necklace here.
It's like a silver plectrum with the Darkness written on it.
Yes, and it's metal as well. So I brought that, but I also got a set list with all the songs they played on it, which is fantastic. But there's a unique thing about this playlist. It came directly from the promoter. It's straight from the promoter. But yes, I absolutely love doing that, and if you get a chance, I highly recommend it. So yeah, that was mine. What was yours, Carl?
Mine was after I went on while I was on my holiday in Marrakesh, I did some field recordings, which is kind of just recording the sounds that are around you. I find it very interesting just listening, and it can take you to different places. And many years ago, about 10 years ago, I went to Marrakesh and I did my first kind of field recording, walking around this place called Jamal Fanar Square, which is an amazing place with music happening and people and stuff. And listening, I walked around the square and then walked to the bus station and then back into the square.
Yeah.
And listening to it on headphones, it's an amazing journey. So I thought I'd do some more when I went back. And yes, I did some more and I put them on my Bandcamp for people to download and listen to.
Yeah. my number 3 thing is, again, wrestling. I went to watch WWE at the O2.
It's the road to WrestleMania. Let's point to the WrestleMania sign.
But what's cool about this event was, there was 2 things actually mainly cool about it. We got to see a match that wasn't televised, so basically it was a dark match that had Lyra Valkyria in it and another female wrestler, which we can't remember the name of.
No, we were just got into the beginning of that match, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then there was a second dark match at the end of the show.
Yes, between CM Punk and Ludwig Kaiser. And then at the end of that match, CM Punk got the whole crowd to sing Fat Bottom Girls by Queen for AJ Lee, his wife. Which I found kind of a weird song to get to sing to your wife, because that's insinuating that she's got fat backside.
Well, maybe. I cannot deny. I like big butts.
But the reason I really wanted to go to this event was, and guys don't hate me on this, I love John Cena. Even though he's a heel, I absolutely love John Cena. I have for years. So I will forever be a John Cena guy. Cole, I can't see you.
Oh, well, good.
Dude. And I made this sign, which was kind of interesting to make, because I made a hand that could do the whole "you can't see me" thing, which was fantastic. It really was. And I do, if you get a chance to go to a WWE event and you like John Cena, I highly recommend you go, because as he's been saying since the beginning of the year, the last time is now. He's retiring at the end of this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John
So my third thing,
Yes.
was I got to have another wrestling match. 1 month, 2 wrestling matches. What's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. Q-Mania. Quick, point at the sign.
I acknowledge you, Carlos. Sorry, I had to do that.
And I was with my favourite tag partner, Alice Azam, and we were against James Cena, we can't see him, and Ivy Danvers. I always get a name wrong. In a intergender tag match, which was good fun, and go and ask me who won.
Who won?
I did! It was me and Alice! We won! Who won? Who won?
You and Arran.
Yeah! Yes! We choked their sorry asses out!
Alice is on as far as Scotto and put them in a pair of sleeper holds and might put them to sleep here. They might both go out here. There doesn't look to be a lot of life in there. Referee Ben Robbins is trying to keep an eye on both of them. Alice Azama's got it on tight on Ice Down. Carlos Scotto's got it tight on James Cena. If this arm goes out a third time, that will be it. That's gone. That's gone. They're out.
So my number 4 happy thing is my favourite band, The Darkness, released their new album at the end of March, on the 28th of this year, actually 2024, called Dreams on Toast, not Beans on Toast.
Dope.
And I absolutely love it, I really do. And I actually have 7 copies of this, believe it or not. And this one's signed by the whole band. It's a great album as well. I really love it. Now, the other copies I will show you are There's a Reason. So this is the Justin edition. Again, this is Dreams on Toast, the whole album again, but the reason I've got the separate editions is they have an exclusive song on it. So Justin's is called Wishing Well. So, and this is Dan Hawkins' edition of it, and his bonus track is Au revoir, my friend, which we're not sure what this is written about. But again, I do highly recommend you pick up these if you want these extra songs. And this is Frankie's edition. And I really like Frankie's song actually. Well, I like them all, but Frankie's is kind of a sea shanty, but it's about chamomile tea. So yeah, that's a great song as well. And then Rufus's song is about his dog, called My Only, the song's called. And this one is the special edition Christmas edition of Dreams on Toast, hence the Christmas cover. So essentially it's the normal album, but it's got a cover of Mistletoe and Wine on it, which is obviously done by The Darkness. But the original song is Cliff Richard, so they've covered a Cliff Richard song. And then the Brucey bonus I got, because this came free because of the albums I brought, was a Dan edition of Dreams on Toast, but it's on a cassette tape, which is absolutely fantastic, and I like the way they release their cassette tapes, I really do. But also, I have got another edition of the, well, it's not an album edition, but it's the bootleg track from the entire gig I say bootleg, it's coming from the sound desk. So eventually I will have that, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, what was yours, Carl?
Mine is also music and CD related. My mum saw that there is a local music section in the Jubilee Library in Brighton. So I took some of my CDs along to be included in the local music collection, and they accepted them, which is good. So I took the Trains Repainted CD and several copies of Godspunk. So they're now in the I nearly called it a museum, in the library in Brighton, which is kind of quite exciting. I like the idea of that.
So my fifth and final happy thing is for my birthday last year, I got this 3D printed Legend of the White Dragon helmet. Now when I got it, it wasn't painted or anything. We painted it ourselves. And we had some leftover paint from the French company we ordered that specialist paint from for another project. So we used that on this. So it's the shiny gold and the silver is gunmetal. And what this is from is it's from the Legend of the White Dragon movie, which is JDF's last feature film that he had been working on with Bat in the Sun since 2020. Which, by the way, guys, is definitely out this year because it was confirmed at the weekend. They're hoping to release the release date in 3 months' time. They're hoping, anyway. So, yeah, I really, really love this thing. And I just want to say thank you to Charlie who did this for me. So thank you, Charlie. And I have got a review coming up of this, guys, soon.
So, my fifth happy thing for March was I went to London to BEW, which is British Empire Wrestling, to see Alice Azam wrestling in a women's battle royale, which is very exciting, and or it might be a gauntlet match.
I think it was.
Can't remember whether it's battle royale or gauntlet match, but that was really great to see Alice Azam wrestling.
Yeah.
And then, but before I went to the wrestling, I caught up with an old college friend who I haven't seen for probably around about 15 years or something like that. So it was good to catch up with him.
Yes. So anyway, should we go back to the newsroom with Newsreader Cole?
Yes, I think we should. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I never. Arran didn't mention anything about how grumpy I am. That's because it's a March Madness. Let's go over to that wild and crazy guy, roving reporter Darren.
Reporter Darren!
Hi, I'm roving reporter Darren, and I'm here today at the wrestling with several of my friends and my brother. So, Adam, what did you think of the wrestling tonight?
Well, I thought the wrestling was fantastic. Carlos was brilliant, but what a disgrace of a performance by Storm. He let down everyone with that shocking display.
What? That's Storm! That's so amazing!
And that's a wrap.
And that's a wrap. There we had roving reporter Darren there, mixing it up with a rough and ready audience at a Premier Promotions wrestling show. Well, I'll be back to normal next month. Goodbye.